Indescribable 1981. Back at y'all once again. Not daytime, but it's nighttime right about now. Now, this video I'm speaking about the hatred and the jealousy and the envy that's present here in the United States. All over the world, but particularly here in the United States. When I look at a lot of leaders like Muammar Gaddafi, he was a leader in Libya taking care of the Libyans, the African people, giving $5,000 to each pregnant woman that just had a child for maternity leave. You know, the country making money off of oil, and 10% of the money off the oil that the country make, he give 10% to each household. Can you imagine if America was that fair? If America was fair enough to give us not only income tax, but also stimulus, also pension, and also money based on the fact that we're Native American. That'd be like 4-5 checks a month out of respect and honor of this is what it is. It'd be the best country in the world. But when you in a country or you're in a position where someone is like so-called presiding over you or master over you, a lot of them don't want you to outshine them or outdo them. I know that's one of the 48 laws in the 48 Laws of Power book. Never outshine the master. Yet it's true. If I learned something from my parents, I would have never known or learned it or mastered it if it wasn't for my parents first introducing it to me to even know what it is. So in a sense, you can't really outdo your parents if they taught you something you never knew. Yet, you can be better than your parents as far as like maybe your character or how you go about things in the world, that maybe your parents didn't break certain generational curses or how they go about things. And it's just a beautiful thing to see that in a world where there's so much hatred, even the so-called presidents, elites, these CEOs, these founders of a lot of these Fortune 500 companies and this and that, even little small businesses that's successful, franchises. A lot of these people that are running these businesses, they were thinking big. They didn't think small. They thought big, for one thing. And two, a lot of these people, they made their mistakes too. Like you may be a CEO of a company and you hire all employees that's felonies. That may not look good on, when it comes to people want to come to the business. Then you have some people, they do background checks and they have a Fortune 500 business CEO and all the employees are actually top tier, no criminal backgrounds, none of that, because they took the time to build a company that way. But one thing I have noticed, family, friends, even a cousin of mine, I've been on jobs where I just want to do the work and go home. But I got a supervisor, I got other employees and co-workers, and sometimes I have managers. This happened to me, this happened to a cousin of mine and people that I know. Well, you get on a job and you do such a good job, the manager feels threatened by you. The supervisor feels threatened. Other co-workers and employees that been there longer than you feel threatened. But you come in there doing quality work. Not trying to step on nobody's toes, not trying to take credit, and not even trying to be seen like that. To the point where you stay out of the manager's way, out of the boss's way, you stay out of their way, so they really don't have no complaints. You got people jealous of that. Jealous of the fact that you do a good job and you stay to yourself and mind your business. That's something that people haven't been able to master in this world. Minding their motherfucking business and focusing on themselves to the point where when they start to see the progress and changes, then they'll really understand why a lot of the people that became CEOs and bosses of their own company and business and careers is because of the fact that They tuned out a lot of people who were saying that they couldn't do it. They tuned out a lot of people who were jealous. They tuned out a lot of static and stuff that they was getting from their own family members, because they know they was on point with what they was doing. They know their idea was God-given. And then you got other people who got the same ability to ask and call on God for help, and they don't do it, but y'all got the same creator source that y'all can call on. That's another topic that I'm going to touch on right now. The fact that people go through their whole entire life. Y'all know these people. I don't need no help. I help myself. I never ask a bitch for help. I don't need this. I don't need that. Right? But them be the same ones later on want to ask you advice on this or advice on that. Meaning that they need your helpful advice, but you say you don't need help. Nah. I brought this up because when your ego kicks in, you talk shit like you don't need nobody, right? That's how it usually play out. All right, but when you but most people don't realize, even when it comes to talking to God through prayer or whatever, this is something that God wants a lot of people to do. Put their pride and ego aside, ask God for help, ask God for divine intervention. Some people won't even do that because they feel like if I got to ask God for this and that, then that means that I'm weak and I don't have the ability to do it on my own. Yeah. Which some people may sit there and examine themselves and, try to build your confidence and self-esteem off of trying to rationalize off of something like that. You know what I mean? But I always say that if I don't know something and I don't even know where to start, I'm going to be asking 1,000 questions just like a child in a classroom for the first time, not knowing what this is, not knowing what that is. What's this and what's that? They going to ask what's this and what's that for everything. Why? Because it's their first time knowing details of whatever you finna teach them. They don't know what this is. They don't know what that is. You got to start from scratch. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people out here like that dealing with stuff like that. So much hatred, so much envy, so much pride. People don't want to ask for help. So much pride. People don't want to acknowledge when they're wrong or admit when they're wrong. So much envy and jealousy. You got CEOs and managers of companies and pastors and bishops and churches, lawyers and defense attorneys that's dealing with cases with criminals, even criminals that have been lied on, where they're getting benefit from making the money off of these cases, really not caring about the person. And then you have some people out here, they've been living their life in such a way, whether they're criminal or not, that they've been so well taken care of, they have all the money in the world, and you wouldn't know it because they just quiet and they don't tell their business, right? To the point where you have CEOs of businesses making millions while their employees make little chump change of what they decide to pay them hourly or whatever. And you have CEOs as billionaires jealous of a little measly employee that they hired that's doing things in life better than they would have done it. Watching them, how they move and work and act when it comes to business and dealing with people. Things and people skills that they don't even have, but they was able to be aggressive enough to make a couple million and become a CEO, but they just didn't know how to guide things. They didn't know how to build up their own self-esteem in certain type of ways. They had things that they had to go through that they're not proud of, and little cheat codes and cheat mechanisms that they know that they had to, if they told that they did this or had to pay for this or pay for that, it'll probably hurt their credibility, because people be like, damn, you paid money for subscribers? You paid money for customers? You paid people to become customers? Wow, I never know that. Hold on, you're a CEO of Fortune 500 magazine. You paid for this to get done for you? Oh, shit, I didn't know that. So people ain't going to tell you everything because it'll blow their cover. And then now they're not really legit. And then you wondering why, Oh, okay. So when I was working for him, I had issues with him being jealous of me as an employee, and he was a much higher position. No wonder it still made him upset, the fact that he fired me and I didn't even cry about it. And I moved on to the next phase of my life. And they know they did me wrong, but then they'll go back and tell everybody, the bad things you did and make it look like they was the good person and you was the villain. When it really was, the villain was the employer, CEO, manager that hired you, who became jealous of the employee that had less than them, even though the employee that had less than them still was respectful, still, made them feel like they was a boss. But they just couldn't fathom the fact that I did it in such a good, powerful way, or such a gentle and loving way, that a lot of them just can't stand the fact that, damn, I don't care what type of impression I make in the world as a business person. You got people out there up under me, lesser than me, barely have a pot to piss in, come work for me, who got more than them. And when they get here to work for me, being that I'm the owner of the company, I'm entitled to attention and stuff more than they are. The employee that get more attention than the damn boss man or the CEO, that's a hurtful, threatful thing to happen to the pride of a person that's running a company. You are the CEO and the person of the company running the business, right? But you got employers or employees that work up under you who really don't get no attention because they, the workers, right? Just the company and you get attention. But you got an employee getting way more attention than the CEO or the owner of the company. My cousin was in a position like that. The manager, the owner of the company, or the co-owner gave him a job at a little tile place. Floor and Decor down in Miami. They do a lot of tile and stuff like that for houses and stuff, with interior decorating and construction. So anyway, you had my cousin working for Floor and Decor, a tile company, where he had just learned a few things getting on with the company down in Miami. This was like I want to say 3-4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And when Cuz was at the company, he told me that, the managers at the company and the supervisors that was there that take care of the sales and stuff on the floor and all of this and that, he said, man, a lot of them was side-eyeing him, looking at him crazy, like with a jealous, envious eye. And I was like, why, Cuz? He was like, Cuz they had such a bad personality as managers and, supervisors that nobody really liked to deal with them. My cousin was just a regular employee who drive the forklift and pull the orders and stuff like that, and go search for the items the customers need, and he bring it to them on the forklift. It's my cousin now, y'all, right? So my cousin say it started to get to the point where nobody really liked the attitude or the personality of the the manager or whatever, the one that was running the show there. My cousin say he got to the point where he was receiving so much attention from customers coming in there and a lot of the customers came there just to come to him because they like this personality in order to get the sales done. You had sales, people that come in there, customers that wanted to buy stuff. And instead of going to the original co-owner of the company to do the sales, they came to my cousin, who was just a normal employee, jealous of him, hating on him, because they got a lot of their Floor and Decor, floor tiles and different color tiles that you put on the floor. They was getting a lot of their products sold because of my cousin being the employee that the people want to approach, who feel welcome through my cousin being a regular employee, and then they got a lot of their sales done. They had a lot of tile that got sold because my cousin had the personality that drew a lot of the customers to him when he wasn't even nothing. They don't know nothing about sales or this and that. But he could get anything sold in there. And the manager was side-eyeing him and looking at him like he just didn't like my cousin. Then they found a way to fuck up the schedule so my cousin could get fired. And that was it. And then they called back because they felt bad at what they did and tried to get my cousin back on the schedule to come back to work. And he was like, nah, y'all did what y'all did. Let it be from there on out. And that was it. The hatred and envy that exists on this planet right now. Looking at the rapper BG, just got out of prison. They say he can't make no money. They basically, he in trouble because they saying he violated his parole or whatever, being around other felons. But a lot of felons be around other felons when they doing music and making money. If they're not out there robbing, stealing, or killing, and they getting it from the bottom, and they getting all the love and attention that maybe some of these prison wardens or some of these judges are not getting, or some of these people that are part of the prosecution team when it comes to a trial or the jury. A lot of these people are still humans and they think with small minds. You feel me? That's just like going to a church with a pastor who takes money from the people. You know, the pastors take money from the people. They cipher money and they really don't give back, but they buy their lavish cars, lavish churches, big mansions and stuff off the money the people in the churches give them. And people in the church still struggling to pay their rent, but looking to this person as a pastor or bishop in a God-like state, so to speak, that's going to help them, and none of them help none of the people. But they come to the big churches and everything and support them and put money in the collection plate. Nothing but high-class beggars with suits and ties on, right? So let's just say you part of a church where the pastor living good, right? But then one day the pastor may bend a corner and see you at a store or at a car lot somewhere, and they see you driving off in a nice Mercedes-Benz or a Lexus. That pastor going to be like, hey, I know you give me such and such at my church, but I know you're not a pastor neither. But you got money like a pastor, and you're not even a pastor. Where you getting all this money from, my dear brother? Are you selling drugs, my dear brother? Because ain't no way somebody come to my church that put money in my collection plate gonna come to my church and drive a car that look better than mine parked in the pastor spot. I can't let you outshine me like that, and you just a normal person in my church, and I'm the pastor. I'm supposed to shine harder than you. You ain't supposed to shine harder than me. Can you imagine a pastor telling you that? You got presidents, you got leaders, you got people in this world like this, man. I'm seeing this nowadays. The envy and the hatred of the spirit of jealousy on earth is so powerful. You have older elders, grandmas, and grandfathers hating on their grandchildren or their nieces and nephews who doing things that are amazing. And they still respect their elders, but the elders don't like the fact that, damn, man, when I was young, I ain't had the opportunity to do such and such. I don't like this shit. But this grandchild or this niece or nephew of yours is a part of your bloodline and legacy. Why wouldn't you? And it's another thing. If I'm good friends with a CEO billionaire, and I don't never ask the person or the billionaire friend for any money or nothing, and I take care of stuff on my own, and I continue to do this all my life, and my billionaire friends say, no, you're not finna walk today. I got you. No, I know you will walk, and I know you don't ask me for nothing. That's why I be wanting to give you. And I'm sitting up here like, man, I'm finna walk, bro. Man, you ain't got to do that for me. I got a little snack on me. You ain't got to buy me. Man, my mama don't straight, man. You ain't got to pay the rent. Like, you know, I got this money saved up for that. You know, put away. Like, yeah, I appreciate it. And then man, if you had a friend like that was a billionaire that know you don't need from them, and they still want to look out for you, what more can you do? Keep rejecting them? After a while, you're going to have to say, yeah. You know, but, you know, you just probably have to, you know, make it known, like, even though you giving me and these things you helping me with, like, you know, you still don't run me just because you give me. You still don't, you know, you still not God to me just because you have all this and you helping me. I know there is a God and a creator because you have such a loving heart. You doing this for me. And I'm telling you, I'm straight. I don't need it. And you still willing to help me? That's a powerful thing, because that means, you know, whether I help you or, you know, or receive help or reject it or not, you know, you still gonna look out for me and make sure I'm okay. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I know how life is when people have pride or people used to being independent to the point where asking for help or even looking to beg for help is just something that's against all odds that, they just normally don't do. The ego it can be powerful when you give it all the attention, and you can't see the bigger picture because you feel some type of way. See, I'm realizing we're in a world where when you get to the point where anything that you do, good and positive, is being blocked by others, seen and unseen, you are doing something right. Okay? I've learned to accept the fact that when you can accept and acknowledge the fact that you are so powerful, you are such a beautiful child of God, that any little small thing or big thing you do is going to be blocked by a lot of devils, that'll draw you closer to the Creator more than anything, because now you're going to ask the Creator for guidance around these devils. It's so many, so how can I be guided around these devils in a wise manner, even though they already devils? You start to talk to the Creator in a different way. You start to accept things. I've come to accept at my age and how I move in my life right here, right now. I've come to accept that things that I do that are simple and plain, that don't draw attention, for some reason, it seems to capture the attention of most powerful people in the world who see the power in simplicity and humility. Some they don't have. And they feel like they can pay for it, but you can't pay for it. You can only practice it and become a better person. Other than that, you got people out here, man, got everything they could ever want and need in life, family and everybody taken care of, no struggles. But they probably have a hard time learning how to develop patience. Patience ain't something you can pay for. You feel what I'm saying? Patience is not something that you can pay for. It's something you actually got to put into practice from inside yourself that don't have no connection to a dollar bill. You feel me? And it's like when people do certain things like that, you start to realize, hey, I come in this life to focus on self-growth and know myself more and more. Because this is what the Creator doing always, knowing itself. The Creator is always knowing herself through her creations, through scenarios, through events, through certain things that happen in the, in the universe that is a reflection of maybe how you feeling. You might be feeling so excited, you don't know what excitement looks like until you get up out into the universe and you get so excited that a star bursting or shoot across the sky. Every time I get excited, it's a star shoot across the sky in the universe. That's how you know, hey, this is a reflection of my excitement. The star flying by when I got happy. Like, we come to know these things and understand ourselves. We also come to realize, wow, I feel like I'm doing the right thing in life, and I'm on a mission and I'm on a roll. I'm talking about I'm on the go, and people can see this. Even I see it, but I'm lost in the process to the point where there's no ego of thinking I'm better than somebody just because I'm on the roll. I'm just so caught up in the process, I'm gone. Ego ain't even there to register that, oh, I'm doing better than somebody else. It's not there because I'm absorbed in the process. Only to find out after the fact, I got 1,000,001 haters. I got 100,000 plots and schemes against me. I done got blocked and banned from all social media accounts. Anything and everything I do, any idea I put out there, all of them getting snatched up and all ideas getting overtaken and ripped from me, because I ain't got no patent or nothing of this and that. Like, everything I'm being sucked dry and used for. But because of so much jealousy, I'm being blocked and banned at the same time. So I'm being blocked and banned, but at the same time, I still got tabs being kept on me so that the ones that's blocking and banning me from doing too much or being more powerful than they are, they still got their little devious ways to spy on me so they can continue to make my life a living hell while they stop me at a certain point where you can only make this much. You can't make this much. You can't have all this goddamn favor from the Creator God, and we don't have that type of favor, so we're gonna block you and do witchcraft and block God's divine will even from touching you to show you that we got power. Men and women do it both. Why? That spirit of pride, that hunger for power. It's so overflowing in your bloodstream that you will go to your grave, and even on your deathbed, you will sign a law on your deathbed to block a person that you don't like, because you don't even want them doing good, even when you leave out of the physical vessel, when you gone. When I say hatred and just that dirty, how people are, people dirty and they hateful and jealous and envious, boy, I'm telling you. And this is why I'm making this video, and it's so long, because I need y'all to comprehend something, that when you acknowledge in life that you have a problem, no matter what you do by others, and you can accept that this is a part of your mission in life, to do the right thing, even though people not looking at the right thing, you know, treat others with love and respect, even though others do shit that ain't deserving of it. We growing our soul through these disciplines and through the building of our own character and stuff as a living soul of the Creator, because even the Creator has certain qualities. You know, we know the Creator is merciful, loving kindness, and, you know, compassionate, right? So there's a part of divine nature where there's care involved. There's actually love and appreciation. There's actually a respect for the preciousness of life and the tenderness of life. All this aggressive, hardcore, rough, this and that, that don't help nothing in life. Brute force, I got the power, I do this and that, all of that don't help nothing in life. Some of the most smallest insects can bite you and pack the most poison off of one small insect biting you, and you good as dead. But you a big ass muscle bound dude, and a little old ant bite you, or a little old insect bite your ass and send poison all the way up through your big ass body. Little small insect, powerful. You see? So when we out here and we see things in the world, like the things that people go through, and you see that they not only going through it, but you also going through it, because, you know, a lot of people on the same path as you might be going through some mess. But with the jealousy, hatred, and envy that's going on in this world, man, it can come from any man, woman, or child. It can come from any nationality on this whole entire planet. There are just people out here that don't want to see you win, do better than them, make more than them, get more attention than them, receive more love than them. I could be the poorest man on the planet, but if I got a whole bunch of people on the planet showing me love, even total strangers that person themselves might not know, oh man, they might try to put a hit out on me, because they so jealous of me that I'm getting love as a homeless man from total strangers on the planet, and they ain't never received love. They had to pay for subscribers. They had to pay for love. They had to pay money to buy friends, right? All along, it was because they didn't love or accept themselves enough to see that love grow out of them to draw in the right type of friends. So you got to pay for subscribers or pay for friends, you fake. You ain't got no power, man. Come on now. If a demon give a demon some power, it'll be short-lived. If a demon get power from a powerful angel, that power might be like a Duracell battery, last a good little minute. They know this. That's why they be wanting the best. They don't want no little average little Joe. The devil don't go after his own kind. He already got them. He want the ones that's super powerful that don't even give a fuck about him. I want that one. I can suck energy from him. Yes. Yes. He's the perfect one for an energy vampire. That ain't me. You ain't finna get me. Because guess what? You might go to sucking on my blood and it might burn you and poison you, bitch, because I can tell my blood to do that. Some people already know this. So Vladimir Putin ain't doing nothing but letting everybody know where he stand at. Vladimir Putin gonna save his people because he know who the original is. But everybody else bullshitting and stripping, they still don't know. And even for the ones that do know, you already know what time it is. You know what I mean? So shout out to Vladimir Putin. He born in October anyway. He a Libra just like me. You feel me? Yeah. Hey, the truth gonna be spoken either way, even if they don't like it. I don't care if they commit suicide. Listen, it had to come out. Shout out to Russia. They been had this. They just ain't want to let nobody know. Why did you have to tell the black people this? And now they're just happy. Their head is up their ass. You told them the truth. And this. I don't like this. Hey, the truth more disturbing than the lie. That's why people do so much to suppress it. You feel me? If I had to pay all the money in the world to keep lies going and keep the truth hidden from somebody, it should come to a point in time where you get tired of paying the money to keep the shit covered up. Because after a while, you're going to get tired of coming out your pocket with the money trying to cover the shit up. Man, I'm going to tell you something. I know people in the world right now, they be so jealous of other people, they'll go broke doing witchcraft to stop the other person. Let me say that again. I know people so jealous of other motherfuckers, men, women, and children, jealous of other motherfuckers that ain't got much. Or pay thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to do spells and voodoo and go broke and still ain't got nothing done, bitch. Because they just that jealous. And you know that jealous. You pay all your money you saved up in your life to somebody to do witchcraft on a bitch that ain't got nothing, and you jealous of a bum that got more love and attention than you do, but you got more bread. Boy, it's a lot of jealousy and hatred in the U.S., boy. I'm trying to tell you, that shit be so funny. So, you know, I come to the point where when I see I'm in a situation where, damn, no matter what I do, I'm going to be getting blocked from seen and unseen. I accept the fact that it's meant for me, and only meant for me only to rely on the Creator for my provision, to rely on the Creator for my wisdom, to rely on the Creator for guidance. Because if I'm trying to make moves in this world and I'm being blocked from all angles, even from unseen spirits, that shows you how powerful you are. And if that's a lot of power that can be transferred from blocking you and pushing you back to the Creator from the blockage. I'm saying the blockages are created to push you back to the Creator, to the point where you can go anywhere and it'll be 1,000 people in your way blocking you, men and women, because they already spy on you. They know where you're at. They know what you're doing. And it's like, you know, even if you sign up for a bank account online, 5, 6, 7 different banks, and they know that you got an account with it. Somehow they get in there and put prayers and put all type of black magic and stuff to block your finances and block your account. Like, people just go into the spiritual world and just gonna rape people by power, spiritual laws and stuff, and just doing stuff like that to others. Why? Because their life is piece of shit and they don't have no substance or no soul. And then they fall into doing these things, paying money, going broke to someone that can help block someone else that they're jealous of. And they're going to go broke because they're that much determined and hungry to see another person fail, because they don't want that person to outdo them or get all the attention. Now, here's the thing. Let's say you get locked away in a jail cell. You ain't do nothing wrong. Everybody on the planet Earth screaming for you. Even some of the parakeets and the animals that know how to speak little English words when, right? Free Jermaine, right? Free Jermaine, right? Free Jermaine. You're like, you know, free me out of prison or whatever. You're going to have animals. Man, they may not want to let me out that prison and probably kill me in that bitch. You know why? Because they know if I leave out that prison, I'm going to have so much love that the people that love me may kill them police officers or them prisoners trying to put me back in a cell. If they let me go, they know that's it for their ass. You got some people in this world that got so much love and ain't got now dollar in their pocket. They famous with no bread, but they do got love and VIP wherever they go. It's still a way for people to experience divine favor on earth. That's why I love the scripture in the word that says, the Most High will set a table in front of your enemies and bless you in front of your enemies. Meaning, they could be screaming, boo, or ass kisser, loser, boo. But you still got the Creator giving you luxurious treatment, talking to you sweet and kind. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you straight financially. You know, all the way around, emotionally secure from within. All the way around, while you still getting these devils and stuff out there sitting at the tables talking shit. You know, you still a loser, you ain't shit. And you smiling because all the love you receiving from the Creator overpowers the shit that they saying. And they even more fire hot that none of it getting to you. Like, it's a way to starve the devil and make the devil hurt themselves. Because if you gonna manipulate me to do what you need to do for an agenda, that lets me know right then and there, you're not genuine, you have no substance, and when you speak to people and communicate, there's no authority behind your voice, but it's more so like a manipulative type authority. It's not a genuine, honest type of authority where, you know, the person knows that you love them and at the same time they know you're not there to get over on them. You know? Shame on the people, and I ask the vengeance of the Most High to be on people that harm and manipulate innocent people just because they're innocent and they don't know. In all timelines, dimensions, realm, realities, and space, dimensions seen and unseen, known and unknown, I ask that the vengeance of the Most High be upon any and every one, man, woman, or child, using another man, woman, and child out of manipulation and trying to get over on them and harm them just because they're innocent and they won't retaliate. I thank you for the divine intervention in every situation on this planet and on other star system planets, in spirit and in flesh, that anyone innocent that's about to get stepped over because someone knows that they're innocent and could be taken advantage of, I ask that the Holy Spirit, in the name of the Most High Anointed One, Yahushua HaMashiach, be there and divinely intervene fiercely if need be, so that the unseen world continues to be a real atmosphere. And people will have to know that even if you do dirt in the dark, even if you do dirt far away, even if you go way up under the ground, under the earth and hit a button and blow up the rest of everybody, you still are going to be located by karma and the universal laws and life substance wherever you need to be pulled from and punished at. Once again, y'all, this is your brother Indescribable 81. I don't judge, so if you listen to these videos, whether you drink wine, whether you smoke, you know, whether you chew edibles, you know what I mean, or whether you drink powerful herbal teas that put you to sleep and calm you down, do whatever you need to do. Smoke your blunt, drink you some hot tea, drink you some hot coffee, drink you some liquor or whatever, by yourself, in private, while you're listening to my videos. Because I myself am a person that works and do these videos in private wherever I'm at. Because that's when the Creator and Holy Spirit talks to you even more, when you're private and stay to yourself and you know what your mission is. I'm not around the crowds of people out here in the world that are doing wrong. I pull away from crowds. I never went to clubs and stuff when I was younger. Never went to parties and did orgies and stuff like that. Like, these things I didn't have to do because I was a homebody. I had both of my parents. You know, I grew up in a real good family situation with a mother and a father, and I'm thankful that I had both of them, and they still both actually living now. They're just not married. You know, they separate, but, you know, it's just, there's so much hatred in the world, man, and so much envy and jealousy. You really have to ask God for wisdom to navigate around it. And then when you get to the point where you know this is the situation, like everywhere I go, it's a problem. Everywhere I go, I'm not welcome. I bring life and more abundant life like Christ Yahushua did when he was on earth. But he was like, I'm not welcome no matter where I go, even if I come to bring life from the kingdom of the heavens. Damn, my own people. Oh, wow. That's how Tupac went through some mess. Like, man, my own people. Like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, these things are mind-blowing in the times that we're living in. So for those who came before us that went through these problems, if they saw this and acknowledged this, and we see it more prevalent today, then that means that, hey, sometimes things had a start centuries ago, and we reincarnate and come back with some of these same issues, and it's even more prevalent in the world today. You think Saul was jealous of King David because he killed more enemies or more giants than King Saul have ever killed? King Saul couldn't take out Goliath. He was scared like a motherfucker. Israelites were scared. King David came with Holy Spirit, took the big motherfucker down. You know what I'm saying? Then he got famous after that, and Saul got jealous of David. But you a scary ass king trying to kill David with a spear, but you couldn't use all that damn energy to kill Goliath with. And you hating on David now. I tell you, boy, it ain't nothing new under the sun. That's real talk. That's real talk. It really ain't nothing new under the sun. Now, you can break a generational curse, then that might be something new under the sun, because a generational curse means this was a repeated thing for a long time. And then somebody came along in a generation and bloop, nipped it in the bud. It's no longer a generational curse no more. So it even take eons for things to be corrected when you think about time, as far as time is concerned. But an attitude change is something that's quick. You know, a person could go from happy to sad in seconds. You know what I mean? Receiving bad news on the phone, the facial expression, sad. You know what I mean? Just that quick. I'm saying, get another phone call, receive good news. It was a prank. You happy now. You know, the mood change and the attitude change quick. But generational curses, they don't get changed so quick. That shit takes centuries and generations, and then somebody come along and, this the one that stopped the generational curse. So that generational curse of jealousy, hatred, and stuff like that, those who don't have Holy Spirit, man, it's a powerful thing to realize and know that you don't have to do nothing at all in this world but just be you. Just be you. And you get more hate than the average person that should be getting hate. The person that should be getting hate is the ones that's getting away with stuff. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if there's sick ass child molesters out here and pedophiles that probably be competing with other pedophiles and child molesters, and out of jealousy spill the beans on one of the other pedophiles and child molesters when they themselves is one. See what people do when they get angry and the ego kick in? You got even wicked criminals tell on other wicked criminals, and they all doing the same damn thing. This is probably one of my longest videos for this year because I never went up to like 40 minutes or over. But I'm so grateful to bring y'all these videos because I realize, man, there's so much going on. You need some type of comfort or something to get through these wicked times, because these wicked times are built to strengthen those who are spiritual and who know what we in these times for. And you know, these wicked times are also good for us discipline ourselves in learning how to think and keep our mind and our hearts continuously on the divine, on the creator, whether we thinking telepathically or we humming, spiritual tunes and hymns. It's good to keep your mind and your heart focused on the creator. You know what I mean? Kind of like a mother is on the phone and she has children playing, but at the same time the children are playing in the house and the mother's on the phone. You think the mother's not looking or listening out. She's multitasking. She's on the phone with a family or relative, and at the same time, at the side of her eye, she looking at the children playing in the house in case they get up on something. Yeah, get on off that. Get it. Don't get her away from that plug. You know what I mean? Like, they own it. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, with a mother having to be that way, you can imagine how people are in this world in this day and time, you know. Some people just try to have their hands and they, you know, they try to have their hands and everything into everybody else's business and they're not focusing on their own. And a lot of them suffering, they crashing, they burning. They ain't really doing too much for themselves. You feel me? They ain't really doing too much for themselves. So, you know, they trying to take care of business. You feel me? And it's a lot of people that just never be able to root that spirit of hatred out of their system. Why? Because this is all they know. And when you continue to show hate and you act like you don't want to change or nothing like that, guess what happens? You start to have cancer grow in you. You start to have tumors. You start to have bad headaches. You start to have situations where your health start to fail you because you can't come here in a world like this with all this wickedness and hatred and join in with it. And then the whole world finna crash and burn. That's why I say the majority gonna perish and lose their life. Only a chosen few will make it through. These are things that are prophesied ahead of time. And ain't that's what's happening now? Ain't the majority just running with shit, whatever they hear and believe? Huh? Then when somebody actually come out with the real truth, they don't receive it like they're supposed to because all their life they believed it was this way. I tell you, boy, we get tested every day in some of the smallest ways. And the way the Creator works with us is a beautiful thing. If you can't build a relationship with the unseen Creator and pick up when the Creator guiding you through a situation or when the Creator allowing certain situations to happen, what the Creator really doing, and pick up on that insight, you're going to forever be lost. That's why it's good to get to know your unseen Creator. If I go everywhere in the world and I'm hated and people jealous of me and I can't do nothing, they don't want me to eat here, they don't want nobody over here to help me, they don't even want me, they even blocking me from receiving help, then you know that internal connection with the Most High Creator and Holy Spirit is the most precious thing that can ever exist. Because when nobody loves you or likes you, and you love and like yourself, and people in the world push you away because they can't stand you, and you learn to love yourself like a child of the Creator, despite all of that, guess what? You actually conquered the world, and you actually done became their leader and their teacher of how to stand alone when everything in existence in the universe is against you. You feel me? So it's true, the kingdom of the heavens suffers violence, meaning your faith has to be so strong that if somebody tell you you can't do this or this not possible, and then they get about 100 more people to say you can't do this not possible, and you one person saying fuck all 100 of you bitches, my faith 10 times stronger than all you motherfuckers put together, this is possible, I'm finna do this shit, fuck y'all, I stand alone. And then the shit happen and get done. That's how you please God in the kingdom of the heavens. You speak from faith and you think big as you can think. And don't worry about the fact, because, hey, if Christ healed 5,000, so to speak, then you can say, hey, maybe I can heal a couple of thousand. Why? You know, let's just say I have my own church or temple, and everybody that comes there, I speak the word to them and they get healed. I don't have to touch them or none of that, but I just speak the word to them and they instantly get healed. Now, let's say I got 500 people in my church and I'm speaking a good word. I'm not touching, I'm not putting hands on nobody, but I'm speaking a good word out of faith. And 500 of all of them get healed just from the sermon. No touching, no oil, nothing. Don't you think Christ probably had that same power when he was giving a sermon on the mount to people and preaching? He said things that was healing people. Oh, shit. Wow. You know what I mean? And then when they do stuff like that, that just let me know we have the power. Even the Bible itself tell you the prayer of a righteous person is much more effective than the prayer of those 400 prophets that was put together that was helping out Jezebel that got burnt up by Elijah. So I'm grateful to the Most Highs. I'm grateful to divine intervention. And I'm grateful for the divine protection that a lot of us have around us that we just don't see or don't know about. There's so much divine protection around us. Anything come across that road still on that bullshit, let this dirt curse them and stop them in their tracks. Thank you, Elohim. But everything I do on camera, I try not to edit. Try to be organic and original because we all dealing with something out here in this world, and I already know everything ain't what it seems, you know. Some things is illusions just to put you in a state of fear, and you realize I'm tripping, thinking it's a snake, but it ain't nothing but a little piece of string. You feel me? Sometimes you need little things like that to let you know, man, this an illusion. Just keep going. This here fake. You know, but I love y'all, I value y'all, and I know y'all gonna enjoy this video. Like I say, take your smoke, take your drink, jump on board. It's all good. Love y'all.